The town of Zichron Yaakov, south of Haifa and overlooking the Mediterranean, is the undisputed center of the Israeli wine industry. On the slopes of Mount Carmel, it's the home of many wineries, including Israel's largest, Carmel Mizrahi. The story begins in 1882, when 200 Jewish families fled hard times in Romania, following their dreams to the Holy Land.
They landed here in what was at that time Palestine, dreaming they're coming to the land of milk and honey. And what they actually found here was rampant malaria and a culture that was so different. This was the Ottoman Empire.
Asked to help, French-Jewish philanthropist Baron Edmond de Rothschild, owner of Chateau Lafite winery in France, sent a team to Israel. And they discovered the area was perfect for vineyards.
Rothschild said, you know, if this is great wine country, I could send cuttings over here from France. We can plant vineyards, and I will build 2 wineries here.
Rothschild was foremost a businessman, with an ambitious vision for the return of kosher sacramental wine to Israel.
And the idea was to export the wine to Cairo, to Damascus. The first branch of Carmel was opened in Warsaw.
But Rothschild faced unique obstacles.
It was a Muslim, Islamic country. Alcohol is not really looked upon very favorably. And basically the Turks said to Rothschild, you want to make your wine, go ahead. But you'll have to take care of us.
Hecht showed me recently discovered accounting ledgers from the early winery that hadn't been opened for more than 100 years. Frequent sections were labeled bakshish, or bribe.
A car for the governor of Jerusalem. Horses for the sheikh. Here's another. The bakshish is everywhere. Here's a gift of 4 cars for the sheikh. A car was a big deal in 1894, remember? Rothschild
dug these cellars in 1892, and Carmel Winery quickly became one of the largest in the world at that time. Today, 15 million bottles are produced yearly. But that didn't prevent one of its specialty wines, a Shiraz, from recently winning the Decanter World Wine Awards in London.
And we're talking about competing with Shirazes from some of the best growing regions in the world.
On the other end of the scale is tiny Somek Winery, behind the owner's home on a quiet street in Zichron Yaakov.
This is a family winery, so only the family, my wife and I, working here.
I was amazed to learn that his family has been growing grapes in the region for over 100 years, and in fact supplied grapes to those original 200 families at Carmel Winery.
We are a grape grower for a 5th generation. We started in this time, in 1882.
The winery is in the former barn, here on what used to be his grandfather's small farm. The wine is all sold right here, by word of mouth, or to a few nearby restaurants.
It's very local wine, and it's very important for us to sell the wine in a restaurant only in this area.
The entire process happens within a few meters of where we're standing.
We bring the grapes from the vineyard early in the morning, we crush them here in the crusher, and after that they move to these tanks, small tanks, to the fermenting. Next week it's going to the press to press the wine. This is the process.
The wine is then stored in bottles for a year or more in the shack across the patio. The 10,000 bottles made yearly are a Chardonnay, a Merlot, Carignan, and 2 blends.
They come here, taste the wine, and this, if they buy the wine, this is the gold medal for us.
Find out about other exciting stories at Israel21c.org.